All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to kick off our call, and tonight we're going to talk about how to find the right people. And we're going to kind of just talk about some of the things that most of us probably are doing on social media, and just how to kind of switch our mindset in how we are kind of presenting ourselves on social media, and just really how to attract the right people, right? Isn't that the $1,000,000 question in our business, is like, how do we find those people like us who want to work the business, who are driven and motivated and a go-getter, and where are those people? Because other coaches are finding them, and other coaches are successful, and their teams are successful. And the only way you're successful as a coach is by attracting the right people, and finding those people that have the same, characteristics as you, and do something with this business, right? And so there's other coaches that are obviously super successful finding those people, but how do we find them, and where do we find them, and what are we doing? What are some things that we're doing that we can change on social media to find and attract those right people? Because it really is about attraction, right? Like, we still have to go out and invite, and we still need to go out and network and prospect. That's a part of this business, and that's why it's called network marketing, because that's what we need to do in this business. And if you are just throwing up posts on social media and not really, you're just kind of hoping something sticks, you're not going to find those people. You're not going to find those business builders. You will find the people exactly like what you're putting out there, and what you're showcasing on social media, and what you're doing. And that's it. So if all you're doing is posting about your fitness and about your workouts or your nutrition, you're only going to be attracting people that are probably going to be interested in your challenge groups, or the workouts, and maybe not even a fitness package altogether, maybe not the workouts and Shakeology and the nutrition, the portion system for their nutrition. You might only be attracting people that are half of your level, and that's typically how it goes. And I always think back to when I was training to become a fitness instructor, and we were always told that your class will match about half of your level of intensity. So if you're kind of just walking through the motions in teaching your fitness class, then you can expect your class to be about half as that. And so when I went to teach my workouts, I just remember always, number one, I loved it. And so I was always on a high when I went. But I made sure I always had my pre-workout, because that upped my intensity and my intensity. And I knew that my class behind me or in front of me was going to be half of my level. And that's the same thing with this business. So I always made sure I was super high intensity. I was always, doing everything high impact, even if I whatever, couldn't or didn't want to, or it didn't matter. Like, I always had to be 150%, because then my class, I knew that they would at least, be 75%. And so I always went balls to the wall. And that's the same thing with this business. That is the same exact thing with this business. The people that you are going to attract is going to be probably less than half of what you're putting in or how you're showing up. So if you are skipping your workouts, if you are not following the nutrition program and you're just eating whatever, if you never talk about coaching or the business, and you have like maybe one post every couple of weeks about the business or about coaching, if you are only sharing sweaty selfies, or you're only sharing about whatever on your social media or on your Facebook stories, you're not going to attract those right people, those business builders, those like 10s, if you're only performing at a 4, right? If you're only performing at a 5, even, you might attract a 1 or a 2. And those are not going to be the people that are going to be your rock stars. And if you're not attracting any rock stars, you're not really going to have a team that you can help develop. And so when we get into this business, often we have a success mindset. And that's kind of what we're taught, like to set success goals, right? Like, what are your goals in the business? And then what do we need to do to achieve that goal? When I started, it was, I wanted to pay for my Shakeology every month. So how many people did I need to sign up? And how much did I need to, so how much commission did I need to earn based on the number of customers that I signed up, right? And that was all a success mindset, which is personal gain. What can I get, or what will I get from this? What will be a monetary return? What is in it for me? And how can I make this turn into, money in my pocket, right? And not even just money, but like, what can I get from this? And that's how most people are taught when they come into this business, is to set success goals. So when we're posting, we're posting about all the great things, right? We're posting about, and you see this with higher up coaches. You see this with coaches who are, in the top 10 and things like that. They post about all of like the lavish things, and they post about, their highlight reel. You might see some stuff that's like, a little more down to earth or a little more on our level, but you see awesome, I just paid off my, my student loans, or awesome, I just, just made this amount of money, X amount of money, or, it's carefully thought out and it's planned, and there's an agenda often behind it for a sale or something that you're promoting, and it's often premeditated for personal gain. And not to say that those things aren't great to share about, because they absolutely are, because the right people need to see those things. Even if you're making $14 a week, the right person needs to see that in order to know that there's actually something coming out of this business. So if you've never shared about your income, if you've never shared about the financial side of the business, if you've never shared about, even if you haven't earned a consistent paycheck, that doesn't matter. When I started, my income shot up because I signed up my whole family and got the commission from those sales. So I made like $300 when I signed all those people up. And so when I started, my income shot up, and obviously it didn't stay at $300 a month when I was a brand new coach, and it dropped back down. I had zeros a lot of weeks, but I shared about that, and I shared about every time I did get a paycheck, and I shared about every time what that paycheck did for me, and not only what it did for me, but what it meant for me at the time, and where I was continually going. I shared on like an Instagram story, I remember a couple weeks ago, like, I will be $1 million earner in this business. I will be in the Million Club. I will be consistently earning a 7-figure income annually. Like, I will be doing that. And so I share about those things because I will be doing that. And people need to know where you're going, and people need to know what great things you have a vision for, and what your dreams are and what your goals are, right? But when we're posting about those things all the time, and often it's we sit, with our phone, and we're like, okay, what can I post that's going to get a lot of likes, or get a lot of engagement, or get a lot of traction, and what's going to like help me get somebody, like sign somebody up, or find that one person that's going to like blow it up, right? That's a success mindset, and that can help keep us stuck, unfortunately. Yes, you still need to share about those things, but success goals will lead you to happiness, but then it stops there. And that's not enough, right? That's not enough in this business to attract the right people. And so what a success mindset, the opposite of that is the focus is on what you can give, right? It's making an impact before making an income. And the more that's like, what is it called? I forget what law that is, but the more you can give, the more you will get. The more you can give, the more you can get. And that's true in this business, but you have to have a genuine place in your heart for this and for that. And you have to genuinely care about what you're speaking about and what you're talking about and what you're sharing about. And you have to genuinely care that it's going to help even just one person, even just one person. And so the question shouldn't be like, what's an effective prospecting post? The question should be, what would be the best thing for me to post to make the biggest impact, to inspire the most people, to add the most value to the most amount of people in my network, right? It's not what can I post to get somebody or to attract that one rock star. And the basic principle is the more I give through my content to help inspire and add value and help make an impact or help move somebody to action in their own life, whether it be health and fitness or not. It could be motherhood. It could be even in their marriage. It could be parenting. It could be relationships with, their friends or whoever themselves, right? The more that I can give through that way to inspire, to add value, to make an impact, the more I will get. And when I switched that mindset for me personally, because I went through a phase in my business where the first part of my business was, I want to be popular on social media, because I thought that meant, well, if I'm popular on social media, and not just that, but like if I have tons of interaction and tons of engagement and tons of likes and I was social media popular, then my business is going to explode. And that's actually not the case. It's actually the quite opposite. You have to have your message has to be of value and impactful for your business to explode. The more that you can give, the more that you will get in return. And I found that to be true. The more that I just freely gave of just whatever I was passionate about at that time, that day, whatever, that week, that month, that season of my life, the more that in return I would get from people. Maybe I made a post about parenting or motherhood. That one person that saw that post that was so touched by that and impacted by that would then turn around and become a customer, because I immediately built that trust with them, because I became more valuable to them, because I helped them in some way, shape, or form in their own life. So I might not have made a direct post about Beachbody or coaching or fitness or my workouts or Shakeology, but I connected and I helped that person in their own life. And in turn, they came back and said, I want to work with you and be a part of whatever you're doing. And so that's the basic principle. The more that you can give through your value, your content, your inspiration, your motivation, your seasons of your life, your challenges, the more that you will get. So what should you be posting? I always follow the rule, learning out loud. And that simply is just what it is. Anytime in any part of my day, about any topic, it doesn't matter what it is, any part of my day, anytime that I feel that I got some value, or I was empowered or inspired, or I was impacted, or something emotionally impacted me or educated me, or I was entertained, I turn around and I share it. And I try to go about my entire day. Even when I was working my full-time job, it was what part of my day, like obviously when I was at work, unless I was thinking about something and like brainstorming content or whatever, but like anything about my day that I could turn around and share, that I could turn around and talk about positively, that I could turn around and teach somebody, to help them get from point A to point B. And when I worked in therapy, pediatric therapy, I worked in rehab, I worked in outpatient, and anything throughout my day, I just remember thinking like, how can this situation be impactful to somebody else? If I made a story about it, if I made a post about it, how could I take this situation and turn it into a positive and just help maybe inspire somebody or help maybe motivate people? And if you work in healthcare like I did, you probably have a lot of opportunities to do that, because healthcare is a roller coaster of you're helping people, you're giving, you're going through helping people through traumatic situations, through challenges, through obstacles, and you're the one helping them. So if you can help somebody that way, and it really doesn't matter if you're in healthcare or not. I was in healthcare, and so I use that as an example. But if you have a full-time job outside the home, you're helping somebody. You're doing something to help somebody else in some way, shape, or form. And how can you turn your situations into a positive and share about not even just health and fitness, but what else can you share about? What else throughout your day was impactful or educated you or moved you emotionally or maybe made you think or maybe made you go, oh, well, that motivated me or that inspired me, or this was a negative situation and this was the positive that came out of it, and here's how I want to tell you, or here's how I want to inspire you. But learning out loud is really how we should be posting on social media. We need to turn on and teach. And if it can add value, empower, educate, entertain, motivate, emotionally connect, build trust, really anything that you can be sharing, that should be your main focus above all. And most people don't have somebody in their life like us on social media that is willing to tell them, you can do this. Your dreams aren't silly. You don't need to worry about what other people think. You just need to make yourself happy. You need to follow your passions. You can follow your passions. You can lose 20 pounds. You should put yourself first. You should make time out of your day for you. You should ask for help. You deserve to ask for help. You deserve to get a babysitter and, go to the gym or whatever. You deserve this. You deserve to feel fulfilled as a mom outside of motherhood. You deserve to quit your job. You can quit your job if you want to quit your job, if you're unhappy and you're stressed out and, your dreams aren't silly. Most people don't have somebody telling them that. Did you, prior to this business, prior to becoming a coach? Probably not. Probably not. I didn't really have somebody besides the people in coaching, besides the people in Beachbody, besides the people that I was then newly surrounding myself with. I didn't have that. And so I latched on to those people that I was believing, that I was seeing, that were telling their network, which I was a part of, you can do this. It's not silly that, you want to be a stay-at-home mom or a work-from-home mom. It's not silly that you have different dreams and goals than your friends. And so most people don't have that, and you need to decide what's more important, either your agenda or your impact. Your agenda is only going to get you so far. Your agenda might make you a quick sale, a quick commission, but your impact is going to last forever. And that's what's going to create that residual income, because you're going to be attracting the right people, the right mindset of people with your content. So the business strategy is really when you can help somebody else get a result in their life, you immediately become more valuable to them. You immediately become more valuable to them. I can say that I've had more people message. You need to go to your bed. I will as soon as I'm done. I'll be done in a little bit. Did you sneak up on me? Go get in bed. Go get in bed. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where was I? Business strategy. Okay. When you can help someone else get a result in their life, in any part of their life, motherhood, parenting, friendships, marriage, self-care, self-love, education, like whatever they're passionate about, whatever you're passionate about, decluttering, like whatever, you name it, spirituality. When you can help them flip a result or reach a goal or change their mindset or shift to a new perspective or just take action on something mentally or physically, you instantly become their go-to. You instantly are the person that they think of, that they want to be surrounded with, that they want to be a part of what you're doing. And then they look for you. And what I was saying was, I've had more people message me about I can't wear those anymore. About not so much like, hey, like because of you, like I lost, 20 pounds. But your post about motherhood, whatever post it was, really impacted me, and it made me think, and it made me want to put myself first, and it made me want to get healthy because I want to be a good example for my kids, and blah, 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 blah. My post wasn't anything about fitness or nutrition, but it was about other things that I'm passionate about that helped somebody else take action in their own life. And then that person came back around and said, I don't know what you're doing, but I want to be a part of it. And I've had more messages like that when I started building my business from genuinely impact over income. Like when you get to that place in your business, or just in your mindset where you don't care what the outcome is, you know that you're in the right place. You know that you've evolved to the right place and you've made it to that place. Like when I am inviting people, when I'm talking to people, and it's not because I'm $1 million earner, it's not because I'm even a 6-figure earner yet. It's because I just genuinely want that person to either change their life or tell me it's not the right time. But like they have to do it on their own. And it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. Their yes or no has nothing to do with me. So I'm attracting the people that typically are ready. It's the right time for them. They're ready because they've seen enough of me give value, add value, inspire, motivate, be real and raw and just vulnerable and just like tell it how it is from my perspective and my opinion and my beliefs. And so when they come to me often, or when I come to them, often they have no problem saying no because, and sure, I get lots of no's, but that just means I talk to a lot of people to get to those yeses, right? People tell me no all the time. I don't dwell on it. I don't care if they tell me no. It's not the right time for them. That's fine. That's great. I'm moving on. And I'm searching and I'm sifting through to find those yeses, to find those people that are the right people. Because I'm looking for people that are looking for me. I'm not looking for people that I need to persuade or push, pull, or drag or convince. I'm not looking for those people. And they're never going to last anyway. If I get them into the business or into my challenge groups, they're never going to last anyway. So what's the point in exhausting myself trying to convince them when it's not the right time for them? And that's okay. But I genuinely don't care of the outcome other than I either want to help this person or it's just not the right time. I don't care about a Success Club point. I don't care about a dollar amount. I don't care about the commission. You guys, honestly, I don't even know like what commissions come from different sales without sitting down and calculating it. But like, I don't know that because that's not in the forefront of my agenda. That's not in the forefront of my brain. Half the time, I don't know how many Success Club points I have, if I've even hit number 5, until the middle of the month when I go in to look to see if I've hit at least 5 or not. Because when I'm inviting people from the first of the month till I go check my, Success Club points, I'll check my back office, but I don't always grab that number and look at that number. Or if I have a reason to go check my back office, but I don't lead with needing to find people and needing to get points and needing to get a commission. I'm leading with, can I help you or not? Is this the right time for you or not? Here's what I have to offer, a solution to the problem you just told me. Would this benefit you or not? And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But I can't expect them to show up for me or to show up in that invite or that message if I'm not consistently showing up every single day on social media. Which is why you might fall in that success mindset, in that scarcity mindset, where you are reaching and grabbing and pulling, and you feel like you're not finding the right people, and you feel like you're not getting anybody to join you. I was there. I've been through that. But you might be in that situation right now, and you might feel like, I just got to find the right people. No, you have to attract the right people. And the people that you do invite, are they going to trust you based on your social media? Because that's all people have to base it on. That's all people have to base it on. Are you showing up every day? Are you posting every day? Are you posting multiple times a day? Unless you have 10,000 followers, you should be posting every day. Unless you have a huge Instagram following, you should be posting multiple times a day. I try to post 3. Some days I don't, like, what day was it? Sunday? Did I post it all? Probably not, because we were traveling all day. And then we had Mavericks party. Oh, last night I did late. But I make up for it. And I've already established myself leading up to not being able to post one time, like one day. And typically that doesn't happen very often, but leading up to that, I've established that. I've earned that credibility to not be able to post on a Sunday or a Monday or a Friday or whatever, and then turn around the next day and post something about coaching or my challenge group or an invite or something, and have people interested, because I've already built up my credibility. So you have to take a long, hard look at where you're at, and you need to take accountability for what you're putting out there and the type of things you're putting out there and the type of people that you're attracting. If you're only attracting people that just are your fans, that might hit like but just aren't interested, that maybe you get them in a conversation but then they end up going MIA. You're getting people that just flake out. You're getting people that are not serious, are not committed, are not willing. I hate to say it, but that's a reflection on where you're at and what you're doing and how you're showing up. The people that you're attracting is a reflection on you. And when I remember somebody telling me that, I heard that somewhere, and I was just like, oh, like that makes sense. I'm having all these conversations and people aren't committing. I'm having all these conversations, or I've invited all these people. I've invited, 100 people, and nobody says anything. I invited 10 people to the coaching, to the business, and not one person responded. I invited, I talked to this many people, and everyone said no. Or I had 5 people in a conversation, and not one of them is willing to commit. Or I got 2 people enrolled, and they're not doing anything. And it was like, okay, now I had to look at what I was doing. Am I being consistent? Am I showing up every day? Right? And you need to ask yourself the same thing. Are you showing up every day? Are you posting every day? Are you sharing progress weekly? You don't need to have a before and after 6-pack every single week, but you need to still be showing those pictures. You still need to be showing up and showing that the products work, and showing other people what you're using to live a healthier and more fulfilling life. And that's really where it stems from. Are you being consistent? Are you committed? Are you all in? Are you showing that you're all in? And are you sharing that you're all in? And if you're not going to attract those people. You're not going to attract the right people. You're not going to attract 7s or 8s if you're showing up as a 2 or 3. So those tips is what I have for you. Additionally, the tips I have for you is look at the people that you are talking to. Look at their profile picture, look at their page, look at their cover photo, because that's what people are doing to you as well. Look at some of the things that, if their page is public, look at some of the things that they're posting. And I'm not saying judge a book by its cover, but you have to identify and be aware of the type of person that you're interacting with. If the person has a animal for their profile picture, unless they reach out to me, that's not somebody that I'm going to invite. It's just not. If they have, if their profile picture is not of their face, it's not somebody that I'm going to invite. It's not somebody that I want on my team or in my challenge groups, because I'm going to assume that they don't want to be on social media very much, or if at all. If their profile picture is not even of their face, and then their cover photo is of like horses, like running through a meadow. Like, it's just, you want to look for the qualities in people that you would want on your team and in your boot camps, in your challenge groups as customers. You have to look for those things, those qualities in other people. And you also need to look at, is that person negative? Are they posting negative stuff? Are they posting like raunchy stuff on their profile? Are they, what vibe, what energy, what message are they putting off? And is that somebody that you want to work with? Because at the end of the day, you want to attract the people and invite the people that you would want to spend all of your time with. And if you don't, then they're not your people, and that's okay. You have to keep sifting and keep sorting through people, the people that you're talking to find the right people. But it first starts with you. It first starts with your success mindset, or lack thereof, because you don't want to lead with your success mindset. You don't want to lead with that personal gain and what can I get from this and what will I get from this and how can I get more people. You want to lead with what would be the best thing for me to put out there that would make the most impact, that would inspire the most people, and that would add the most value. And how can I turn around and teach that to somebody else to help them get results in their life, to help them move forward in their life? Because then, remember, you instantly become more valuable to them. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. I will take some questions. If you guys have any questions, just throw it up in the chat, and it can be about anything.